Alright, pausing that, going back to the window. Okay, now there should be sound and everything. Gonna see how long my phone lasts. It's on about half battery, which shouldn't be too bad, but... Yep, I hear the jazz. Okay, nice. Alright, set up there, and continue.
We had to gather ourselves, take a deep breath, and think over what we knew so far. What the chickens had I got myself into? What had I dragged Marty into? Moreover, what had we pulled the whole city into? This was going to be one of those cases that changed things forever. But I wasn't worried about myself. It didn't matter to me. Too many pieces had been plucked off this old rooster. But Marty's different. He's too good of a bird, and too good of a cop, to end up like me.
Okay. So, when we left last time...
Secret twin brother?
Oh, they're still talking.
Sonny, I'm starting to feel like we're really in a detective novel. A cheap one.
Yeah, but, listen, Marty.
What is it, Boss Bird?
I think it's best if we go our separate ways.
What? Are you joking? I know you have a weak sense of humor, but there's a limit to everything.
I'm not joking, Marty.
Well, I certainly hope you are.
Whatever comes next, you don't need to be mixed up in it. You have someone to go home to.
Guys, damn it, Sonny. Can you hear yourself? What do you think? I endured all this to give up now? What do you take me for? No, pal. You're not getting rid of me so easily.
I just want you to keep your career and your life intact, you moron. Just accept it, shake my hand, and go home. Your wife, Laura's waiting for you.
One more word, Sonny, and I swear I'm gonna bash your beak in. I risked my life more than once tonight. You know why?
No. Why?
Because we're a team. We have been a team for almost a decade. I don't care what Blood Boil says or whatever's on a goddamn piece of paper. We're the Chicken Police, Sonny. And we always will be.
I'm sorry. You're right.
We're gonna go to that insane asylum and wrap this shit up fast and clean. Yeah, just like you said, even if it kills us.
Thanks, Marty. Without you, I'd most likely already be sleeping the big sleep.
Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Like you say, partner.
Let's drop this before you start crying on me, okay?
I hope not.
You almost just did.
Clock off, Marty.
That's the spirit, the Sonny I know and hate.
Okay, so when we left last time, so we escaped things, got back to the city. Zip, who runs the coffee shop, was in trouble. He called the cops on himself for protection, so they would bring him in. We interrogated him and found he did some stuff for Ibn Wessler back in the day, including disposing of a body bag in Roachtown. Upon some further investigation, we found a connection where the body he disposed of might have something to do with Ibn Wessler's brother, who is in an insane asylum. So we're going to the insane asylum to investigate things, and the game is almost making it seem like this is the end, but I really hope it isn't, for multiple reasons. I also am going to be rushing myself just a little bit because I have somewhat limited space left on my computer.
Please say the floor inside is covered with conspiracy theory papers and notes written with your own blood.
More like dirty clothes.
You're no fun, Sonny.
Well, you'll get old eventually, too.
Never.
But, yeah, I just have limited space on my computer for these videos. We should be fine with this game, because these videos normally aren't that big. But, just for the sake of my own conscience. Yeah, my gun was in there, took that out. Why can't I leave?
A stack of papers. Just look. I've had enough stimulation for today.
Wow. Sing.
You know, I thought about it multiple times that you might be Meredith H. Marble.
We've met her on a number of occasions, Marty. Remember? Her real name is Susie.
Maybe Susie's just an actress you hired.
You've read too much of that cheap garbage, Marty. There's no conspiracy theory. Susie's just a money-hungry little dame who made a fortune off of us. That's all.
Yeah, you're disappointing.
I know.
I wonder if they want me to
Books
call
I've
Lewis
never
again.
read, and most likely never will. I still have nightmares about the Great Fire.
Really? Were you alive then? How old are you exactly?
I was 3. And maybe it's not even a true memory, just the collective memory of the city. I see the flames.
They age like
see the
humans,
burning
confirmed?
buildings. And I hear the screams.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought you weren't born in Clawville. Aren't you from Averia?
Exactly, Marty. We were just visiting Clawville when the fire broke out.
I'm surprised you ever returned.
Well, maybe that's the reason I did return, Marty. It's like when someone falls in love with their captor, you know? Somehow I feel like this is my place. No matter how much suffering it brings, Clawville's fate is intertwined with mine.
Heavy stuff.
Okay.
A closet that's closed forever, like an old movie theater.
You could break the glass and like get in there if you really wanted to. Okay.
You've heard the gossip, haven't you? That they were the ones to set fire to the city before saving it?
Everyone heard that, Marty, but most likely it's sheep shit.
I don't know. Somehow it fits for me. First they burn down the city, then they save it with their influence and money, and then they're heroes.
You watch too many movies, Marty. They had zero reason. They saved the city because all their business and political interests were here. If everything burned, all they worked for would have turned to ash.
It must be horrible to live inside your head, Boss Bird. I don't see it that way. I don't believe everything's directed by cold, calculated logic.
Because it's not. But most conspiracy theories are just pure, made-up sheep shit. The real
Sheep
conspiracies
shit's a new
never
one
come
for
to
me.
light.
So you do believe in them?
Yeah, I guess
believe
it
in
is.
the possibility, and what I see with my own eyes.
You're an awfully worn piece of old furniture, pal. I hope you know that.
Who calls someone that?
Can I ask an honest question, Sonny?
If you must.
You think of her differently now? Because of what you've learned?
I don't really know. Our shared past didn't change. Our daughter, our experiences, our pains.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But yeah, Marty, I think of her differently. I won't lie.
I'm sorry.
I know, Marty.
Okay. Turn out the lights for no reason. Okay. I think they want me to call Lewis again.
You're the best, Bubo. You finally proved useful.
Hasn't he like literally saved you from death multiple times? Lewis. 555932. No answer. Okay. Do I just need to talk to Marty more?
What do you think, Marty?
What? You care what I think? You must have hit your head pretty bad.
Stop fooling around, Marty. I'm serious. So what do you think? About everything?
Well, I think we're in deep shit. But to be honest, Ibn Wessler is in deeper shit.
Do you think he really murdered his brother? But why? And what does it have to do with Natasha and the threats?
Doesn't add up yet. Something's missing. Let's visit the institution and try to find out what we can about this Albert Wessler fella.
Exactly. If he's the dead body, we've got to know what the motive was. If we can't, and if he's still alive, we gotta ask him directly.
And what do you think, Sonny?
I think Ibn, Albert, and Natasha are the three key players in this case, and that all of it has something to do with the brothel.
And the fact that Natasha used to be a... courtesan?
Yeah, that too.
Listen, Sonny, about Molly.
Oh, just forget it, Marty, okay? She's not part of my life anymore, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Forget it. Let's concentrate on the case, and on making it out alive, and helping Natasha, too.
Whatever you say, Boss Bird. So you think Natasha's really in danger?
It could be, or she could even be behind everything.
No, you don't believe that.
I'm not sure what I believe, Marty. Let's see. Things got mixed up at the brothel.
Alright. Well, we didn't mention her, but yeah, not sure. Okay. That's going to be right. Natasha's secret, Wessler's twin. Deborah's. Okay, not now, okay. Natasha's secret, okay. Natasha's secret lover, Zip. Oh shit. Okay.
Natasha used to work there, that's obvious. And Ibn wanted to keep that a secret.
Okay. Are these items now?
A secret, it seems, somebody else had to pay for.
I don't think that's because of Natasha's secret. I guess that was wrong. That's the first time that's been wrong. Okay.
Somebody died for that secret. Zip hid the body, but he kept the wristband.
They're all kind of like most of the choices are basically the same. Why even make a distinction? Okay.
Who could it belong to? The dead body was almost certainly Albert Wessler.
Is it just
a
A
resident
every
of an
time?
insane asylum. But why did he have to die?
I don't know. These sections are just kind of silly. Just kind of something else to do aside from just listening to dialogue all the time. But oh, there's one more place after the asylum. Okay, mental institute with a ridiculously long name and a ridiculously long history. According to the pictures, it looks just like the castle of the vampire bats in those cheap horror movies. Evil Lily Asylum. Okay. So the place is available to go to now, but it still isn't letting us leave for some reason.
When all of this is over, I'm gonna go on that long journey.
To the afterlife.
Books I've never read, and most likely never will.
Okay. Wow, we're doing this.
So where
Okay.
exactly is this place?
A few hours' drive from here, in the middle of nowhere. It's a creepy old mansion, of course.
You think it's a good idea to go there? What if it's a trap?
I told you, you can still go back.
Huh, wouldn't you love that? No such luck, boss. If I get killed or locked up forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be on you.
Thanks, pal. I deserved that.
You still trust her?
I never trusted her, Marty.
I mean, you believe her?
I'm sure she was honestly afraid. People don't fake it that easy. But I can understand why she didn't tell us about her former profession.
Or how she knows Molly.
Yeah, that too. And the death of Deborah complicated things even more.
Hey, Sonny, she didn't seduce you, right? I mean, Natasha.
Albert Wesker.
Don't be
okay.
stupid, Marty. My old ticker
That's
hasn't
like
been
a
beating for a long
like a Resident
time.
Evil thing, right?
Not that way, anyway.
Yeah, all right, boss. So what do you think happened to the corpse?
Probably been eaten. Horrible to think about, but even if half of what they say about the Hive is true, starvation, riots, arson, predation.
You're telling me. Makes my feathers stand on end when I think about what goes on in there. And we pretend we don't know about it. As if Roachtown isn't even part of Clawville.
This won't end well. I'm afraid soon Clawville's gonna burn once again, and because of its own foolishness.
Well, that's if another meat war doesn't break out first. Cause
Yeah,
then,
Resident
the
Evil,
whole
okay.
wilderness will burn.
Lovely prospects, eh?
Either way, it was a damn clever move for Wessler to hide the body in Roachtown.
It's the only place no one will ever find it.
Like the belly of a burning ship.
Oh, I think that was an intentional red herring.
Sounds about right. Who'd have thought? I believed that little rat. I thought he'd changed. Idiot.
There's a point when it's too late to change, Marty. His past caught up with him. Whatever he did since then doesn't matter.
Not much.
Exactly. And that's the case with us, too. That's why I won't back down. Even though a voice in my head is screaming right now, leave it all to hell and have another drink.
Maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should.
We're not gonna. Can I leave yet? Why can't I leave? Let me leave! The Meat War. The Great Meat War was the biggest and most bloody conflict in the known history of the wilderness, ranging from 822 to 849. In the beginning, it only affected Altera, the two-headed continent, but in its later years, it spread to 12 colonial provinces, including all of Clawville's 4 colonies. During the Meat War, about 80 to 90 million animals died, and after the war, 27 species were declared extinct. Dang. Extinct. I think I said instinct. Jay. Frickin' tens of millions dying. I would like to leave.
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because he learned Natasha worked in a brothel.
Well, that could be the case, but I believe the roots go deeper than that.
Which we'd only learn if we talk to him. I mean, if the corpse isn't him, because then we'd need a medium.
Which would be exciting, but maybe it's enough if we ask the doctor who treated him.
That too, yeah. But where's the fun in that? Okay, so the picture is more...
No, that could...
Which we'd only...
Which would be...
That too.
Okay.
Thanks for everything, pal. Truly.
Don't mention it, Sonny.
This is
If it
talking
weren't
to
for
him
you,
and not
nobody
looking
would
at
have tried to kill me with a Tommy gun or set fire to a ship with me in it.
Heh, how lucky you are, huh?
Damn right.
Why won't they let me leave? Look at the rest of these
It's
pictures.
chaos and mayhem wherever we go. Oh, Sonny, it's good to be working with you again.
Now, I never thought I'd say this, but you're right. I never knew how much I missed it.
Ah, that feels good, Boss Bird.
Just don't get too excited.
I turn on my...
Hey, if you like music so much, why don't you have a turntable, Sonny?
Maybe I love the silence even more.
The silence of Clawville. You mean the sirens, the gunshots, the crying, the screams, and the wailing?
Yeah, something like that, Marty.
3 of those things were basically the same.
So, when and where was this?
Not long after I met Molly. She always loved to work with orphans. She simply liked to give.
I see. So what the cluck are you doing in the picture?
Called
I
the
helped around the
doctor,
orphanage
maybe.
for a while. As a volunteer.
So you were a kindergarten teacher?
No.
Relax, Sonny. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It makes me think of you from a new perspective.
Stop it right there, Marty.
Oh, did I accidentally skip that? The thing said, "While you can." I don't think I have the doctor's phone number. Boobo. I don't have the doctor's phone number. The only phone number I have is Lewis's. 555-932. I'll try him again. I don't know what else to do. No answer still. Okay. Why won't you let me leave? This is so silly.
I've had enough. A stack of papers. Huh. Maybe I am really Meredith H. Marble.
What?
I'd still like to take a peek inside.
Oh,
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Marty. I wouldn't do it if I were me, either.
Ooh, it gets more and more enticing. I'd still like to...
I would...
Ooh, it gets more...
A closet, Nautica, Stavonia, or even the provinces. Or maybe going home to Averia. Or maybe
okay. So there was more stuff there, but...
tonight you tried to kill me again, old friend.
Oh, it'll try
Are
again.
you talking to the city?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm just going nuts.
You and me both, Boss Bird.
What could you possibly want me to do?
I'd still like...
I would...
Ooh, it gets more...
You're the best, Bubo. You finally proved useful. Why did you keep that wristband? Why did you... Come to Daddy, darling.
Refuses the whiskey on the table, but we'll have
It's a
some
piece of a
Golden Eagle.
painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us. I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Oh man, I totally get you. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway.
Phone number on the... Oh, yep. You're right, Smart. There's a phone number right here. 555-966.
Hello. You've called the Let There Be Peace Forever mental institution for ill and damaged minds. What can I do for you, sir? Or madam?
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert Wessler.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives.
Oh,
You
shit.
have one?
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling from the Clawville Police Department.
Oh, I see. In that case, officer, I'd advise you to visit our institution personally. Our director and I would be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, miss. I guess I'll do that.
We'll welcome you with open arms, sir. Have yourself a beautiful starlit night.
Oh, thanks. Goodbye.
See you soon.
So that password thing is kind of a real thing, because with my job, I kind of deal with PHI, or like personal health information sometimes. And for like extra security, you can set up, like people can set up like a password on their account, so like only people that know the password can get that information.
So,
Normally
We have
there's,
to go there.
if you can just
The
verify a
thought gives
couple
me
pieces of
goosebumps.
information about
Chicken
the person,
bumps aren't
you
good
can
enough
get the
for you?
information you need.
ha ha ha.
But okay, I still can't leave. Oh my god!
So,
It'd be better if I called Lewis. He'll open up a room for you to sleep in.
whew, great idea.
Oh, okay. Now it's time to call Lewis. God damn it. Five 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 932.
Hey, Lewis, it's me again.
Oh, hello, Sonny. What's up?
Were you sleeping, pal?
Me? Oh, I wasn't. Anyway, I'm always at your service.
Would you open up a room for Marty?
Naturally, Sonny.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm not even gonna say it.
I will. You won't find it. Again.
Yeah.
Lewis. Okay, now we can go! Yes! Insane. Oh, it's off the map. Okay. Oh, can't go anywhere else. Okay. Alright, we go. Farewell, my lovely.
I slept like I used to sleep years ago. Like a miner or a soldier. Empty. Dead tired. Then I saw Tessa. My darling little daughter. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away. Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly, she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold. Then she said something. Painted red. Painted red. Painted red.
Subtitle of the game.
That was just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more. I looked at Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes as he probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back, go home, and forget about all of this. Of course, I stepped on the gas instead. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this...
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
Ooh. Achievement for completing the chapter. Okay. Weird mural. Hey, it's got color. Look at the mural. Oh, it's the king. What are he doing?
This picture...
It's very...
special?
Oh.
This...
it's...
special?
Sometimes there's other dialogue options.
This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
I'm sure
Oh,
of it, pal.
the musician?
It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Damn.
Oh, no. The poor devil.
Dang.
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out.
Oh, you can hardly see the nurse in there.
Ah, like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
There it is.
Of all the great wild ones,
Greetings, miss.
is it really you?
Well, yes.
Yes, it really is you, the chicken police.
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumey, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
Indeed.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, I am. I just needed some air. So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
She's, what I do now? Talk with the superfan nurse at the asylum is apparently an achievement. But that, it's like the same gag as, my gym partner's a monkey. I want to say the character was Ingrid, where just a giraffe, and like they would always frame it so like you could never see her head unless she like craned down, but just like standing straight up, she would always be too tall. Yeah, anyway, giraffe jokes. So 3 under people. Oh, it's all for her, okay. Giraffe. Full of life, full of hope, full of almost everything, and she is a big fan of us, unfortunately. Being full of hope and stuff in an insane asylum is, they're pretty perseverant. Yeah, Ingrid was her name. Okay, cool. Glad I got that right. Overly nice nurse we met behind the desk of the sun. Her name is Miranda, and she's an embarrassingly huge fan of the chicken place. Okay. Okay.
We should
corridor.
go to reception first. Let them know we're here.
Okay, fine, God, I'm just making sure.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the
Quetzal.
famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
He's a lizard. Or a snake? I couldn't quite tell. Oh, okay. Smar's going with snake. I will also go with Dr. Quetzalcoatl.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho what?
Unraveling
Therapy.
the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time
Okay.
right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so. What can you say about this, miss? Have you seen
Sorry.
anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
So when can we talk to
coming up with
Mr.
more.
Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
Oh no, we have to wait in the spooky asylum.
We need to let them know we're here first.
I did. But what?
No.
No. He got tired of my shit. He just told me no.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you.
I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, cluck you. Alright. He's a green tree python. Oh shit. Cold, distant professional, and he gives me the creeps. professor is a real polyhister, scientist, writer, philosopher, and who knows what else. Polyhister, I'm not sure I've heard that word before. Sisuquetzalcoatl. Okay, so last time they told me to wait, they just actually wanted me to click on the thing and keep going.
Dr. Quetzal will see you.
There you go.
He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger?
Well, we thought he was
What do you
dead a
mean?
bit ago. So.
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
Oh, he disappeared.
I
Oh,
see.
shit.
We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
It's probably
Where
too
is
late.
he?
No idea, Marty.
Oh, no.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty.
Rude.
But they feel exactly the same about us.
Exactly.
Oh, there he is.
Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar.
Some wine range.
You know,
Okay.
snakes have a different sense of smell, and birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Spooky. And polyhister just means someone that has a wide range of knowledge. Okay. And then you took offense to the...
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal too, like all our residents.
Dang.
With the significant difference of you being a doctor and not a patient. Am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
Oh. Walls.
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I see. That makes sense.
Window.
Is this cell like the others?
I would rather call it a room. But yes, it's like all the others, except there are even bigger ones than this.
Okay. Desk.
An isle of reason in a sea of insanity.
Insanity is such a strong word, and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does insanity start, and how long is one not insane? Interesting questions. Am I normal, or are you? Maybe neither of us.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give you an appointment.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're already here.
Marty, clock up.
Did he replace the word shut with cluck now? Is it just eventually going to become Smurf, where it's just like every other word? Or are we descending further into our animalistic tendencies and just saying cluck all the time? Because, you know, Zootopia and all that. Alright.
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
Like a trap?
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuus Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken,
From the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used
He's
to
not
it.
the first person to use like that
Certainly.
exact same choice of words.
We have some
That's
questions
very
about
weird.
one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand I can't disclose information about my patients.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital.
Well, mental.
Even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
Ooh, there's still a character we haven't met. Ooh. Yeah, we just have the picture there now. Okay. And do we get Albert? We might have a bingo. Has disappeared from the asylum. Okay.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought
Normal
here
teenager.
immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family
mural.
and the royal dynasty had always
Dynasty?
been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
Hmm.
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the
Oh, that's a long
occupation
time ago.
in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance. Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
Okay. Oh. How long has that been there?
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But
Still
I can
weird to
turn
see
that to
him
my
up front
advantage.
like this.
I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle. So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Was it for
Didn't
protection
you think of
then?
that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
Well, this would transition.
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
I mean, kind of already answered this. How did Albert relate to you?
Do you think he was a threat to others?
He didn't seem like that at first. He was fragile, frail, overwrought. I would have labeled him as a threat to himself, but not to others.
And later, when you came to know him better?
Albert had certain seizures. We
no.
found that out quite soon in that surprisingly cold winter. During those times, his personality distorted. He became almost someone else entirely, almost unrecognizable.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if What if they switch places? What if Ibn is Albert and Albert is dead? Or, I mean, Ibn is Albert and Ibn is actually dead.
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed to come back.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
Might as well face it, you're addicted to details. Alright.
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him?
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the empty wall for hours.
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship. He was working on a painting for his brother.
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
Oh, exactly. So you already knew about that.
Yes, Dr. Quetzal, I've seen it.
So, the problem with them switching places, though, is that the staff here had seen both of them, so I would think it wouldn't be that easy to get them confused. So, the painting, so Albert was an artist, and he did the painting. Maybe, but I don't know.
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous?
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed, right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out, or cut off, I don't know exactly, and he was blinded in one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
Okay, well, based on the detective meter, this is going well. Then again, Dr. Quetzal hasn't said anything about it, and he's addicted. Yeah, it seems to be moving further and further away from that, especially since Albert came back injured, and then it would be really difficult to tell them apart. I guess we should ask about the people that brought Albert back? Exploit his vulnerability. This sounds like exploiting the vulnerability, though.
Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland, but even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off, and his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
I totally agree.
Okay, still a plus.
Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
I'm sure it was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would he do that?
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
You're welcome, Detective.
Well, now he's got a secret about... everybody's got a secret they're keeping from everybody else, and that makes them dangerous. We're getting a little repetitive. Or that puts them in danger because they know something.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How
Dun,
did
dun,
he
dun.
disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared. His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. he simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
5 stars? Did we get it? Hey, 5 stars. This isn't a True Detective video game. This is Chicken Police. Hey, alright. Legendary Chicken Police back in action. Still a bit weary, but untarnished. Oh, we're not in Elden Ring. Okay. Alright. Check out lore. The half-century occupation. Since its foundation, an attempt to conquer Clawville has only been made once. The half-century occupation started in 622 and lasted until 677. During this time, the Harar Empire took over all of Clawville's territories except its colonies, which in the end, with the help of Swalasso and Vlavoslavia, took back control over Clawville. Interesting. Ibn most likely killed his own brother, Albert Wessler, and made Zip dispose of the body. This seems most plausible right now, anyway. Professor's family has governed the mental health facility in the state for more than 100 years. Quite a heritage, eh? He is cold, reserved, and endlessly professional in his own field, but the thing that happened to Albert even got a rise out of him. No surprises there, I think. And then Albert. Okay. Albert's brother, Ibn, took him out of the asylum on several occasions to paint that fateful picture of Natasha. I think we have a motive, gentlemen. Who writes that in their own notebook? Albert Wessler disappeared. We have a hunch about what could have happened to him. Okay. Kind of just like... well, I mean, I guess it confirmed that was the body there. Okay, we can't leave, though. Corridor?
We need to let them know we're here first.
What do you fucking mean? Talk to Miranda again. Whoa, it moved.
Sorry, but I still can't believe it's really you.
Neither can we.
You can't imagine how wonderful it is that I can help you in one of your cases. Does this mean it will become a new book? And maybe I will be in it?
Miss, those books aren't really...
Don't even tell me. No, I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise instead.
No, I didn't mean...
Leave it to me, Sonny. I'm good at this. Thank you, miss. Your words are very flattering, and we are honored.
No, I thank you. I'll never forget this day.
We won't either, that's for sure.
We're happy to bring you joy, miss. Anytime.
Okay. Did I need to talk more to this guy?
That's quite shocking information.
Yep, I guess.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's
He mentioned the different
surprising.
person thing
I've
again.
never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
Jumpstart your beak holes, everyone. Oh, jeez. Okay. A fancy bed.
You know, I don't think he...
You mean apart from being separated from
I'm sorry.
everyone you love in an ancient mansion filled with madmen?
You're right.
As always. Well, I guess the bed has to find a new owner soon.
Are you really so sure he's not alive anymore?
I never said that.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for skipping that. I was wiping something off my mouse pad and apparently clicked. Right into, ooh, a lot of stuff here. Okay.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
Engage
Just
your
like
snout
the troubled
pockets.
mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
Look at
Letter.
that. A letter.
Tooken. I done took it.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they
Some
may
are
have easily
identical
loved
twins.
The same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes
Oh,
of that.
shit.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination, old bird.
Oh, shit. They both love Natasha, and fucking Albert mutilated Ibn, and then admitted him into the asylum again, or like returned him to the asylum with like Ibn impersonating Albert, and then killed him, and then wow. Okay.
Isn't this familiar, Sonny? Just like your office and your desk. Taking a better look around, I can find even more similarities.
Marty,
Okay. Shut up, Marty. I know.
Okay, I think that's it. How is a raven like a writing desk? Painting. Oh my. We're not in the brothel, you can't. Jesus.
the style. It's very familiar to me.
You've been lonely for far too long, huh?
Not funny, Marty.
It is, a little.
Just like every fucking picture in the brothel. Creepy mural.
No way. Is this some
Next
kind of
Conan's
puzzle?
hint.
I don't think so. But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
It is freaking Case Closed or Detective Conan, however you watch it, but like in the dub, they have like a segment at the end. It's like, next Conan's hint. They have this guy say the voice, and then it's just like, Conan just like mentions what it is, and he would like almost do it in like a singy voice sometimes. Like just when he's like, piano wire. So I was doing that. The creepy mural. Oh! I did something. Ah! I pressed back on accident, I guess. Oh shit, Batman up there? What are we trying to do? What is this sound effect? What are we doing to this? Don't do it a random crying. I. Imaginary chalk, something like that. It almost sounds like, I don't know, almost sounds like a camera, like snapping a picture and then like the picture comes out. It's a weird sound effect. If you just do it briefly, then it sounds like chalk, but then if you keep doing it... Freaking right click. The letter we stole, yeah, I guess I could look at that. I have two things in here. Oh, the picture.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman.
Okay. I know I don't exist. I don't exist because you don't see me, but I'm not what you think I am. You don't think about me, do you? Never, no. I think of you every day, every minute, always. In my dreams, I have become one with him, one soul. You know who I am thinking about, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel that I'm there too? With you, do you feel it, right? I can't hold it in myself for long. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, please. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. The world is crashing down. The whole world just rotting and rotting. Everything is rotting around me. I have to get out of here. To become one with my destiny and one with you. Forgive me. Okay, that's definitely what happened.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that.
So that Meatloaf song is a bunch of bullshit, I guess?
What do you make of this?
He did
Apart
everything.
from the fact the guy
he would
was
do anything
totally
for love
insane?
and did do that.
I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
Okay, I guess we don't get to find anything in the mural. Rip. Albert fell fatally in love with Natasha. It wasn't fatal for him.
Farewell, Miranda, dear. Lovely to meet you.
So, you'll remember my name?
Marty McChicken never forgets, ma'am.
He never forgets a
Furry
bitch,
gods.
ever.
Let's go. Goodbye, miss. It was a pleasure.
Goodbye, gentlemen, and happy investigating.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If there's anything I can help you with, please just ask.
Thank you, Miranda. You've already helped enough.
Why the pause? Was he having trouble remembering already? Let's look at the weird mural again, because why not? Or the Fox King and the... I want to meet the Fox King! Alright. I assume... Oh, can't go back anywhere else. Cool.
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two again?
Take
Uh-oh.
him out.
There's
My
still
car
bullet
won't last
holes.
much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow. Are you blind or what? When did you learn to shoot?
Shooting the car. Okay.
Whew. Well, that was close.
A little too close for my taste. And it only
daytime.
strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
A fan grows
Come on,
squeal.
what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece.
The sun
Let's
finally
start
came
from
up.
the beginning.
Now gotta do this shit again.
We got a case.
Tim? Why is Tim here? He didn't do anything. So, is it Natasha first? Yes. Fatal Love? No, you're not. Oh, that's one of these. Painting, photo, letter? No? Photo? No? Painting? I should try to get rid of Tasha needing to destroy the pain behind what happened. Wanted us to find... No. Okay. That's not right either.
Natasha tried to show us the painting.
Okay. Alright. Kind of pointless to just go over that letter. God damn it. Now the photo. Okay. My photo, mi ofrenda.
And that painting would have shown us the way. And Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
Ibnbert. To Ibnbert Wessler. Okay. Now this is the clue. Oh, Fatal Love.
Which made Albert...
Yes.
fall in love with Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
Yes! Smar, we're right!
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What?
Oh.
No, I snorted.
No, you laughed.
Ah, just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up.
Oh! We're at the end. Oh, Hotel Atlas, it's gotta... Oh.
I never thought I'd ever look at this place and think of it as home.
Life's weird, isn't it? I didn't think that after what I did to you, we'd work together again.
You mean when you shot me?
You know I had my reasons, Sonny.
Yeah. Have I ever, apologized?
What?
I don't think so.
Then let's leave it that way.
Hey, I apologize for shooting you, Boss Bird.
That's okay, Marty. It happens even to the best of friends.
No.
I'll remember what you've just said, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah?
Best
Don't try
friends
to
don't
take
shoot each
advantage
other,
of
man.
Who, me? What do you think of me?
Dead shot.
Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother, and in revenge, she cut open his stomach and filled it with rocks.
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. Hell, that was a slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This? This one exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now, just the void.
Yeah, spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy.
Car trunk?
I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here. Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change. Ah, Her Majesty Bertha II.
My drumstick still hurts every time I see her.
Be glad you're alive. Bertha rarely leaves witnesses. It's a little outdated, but I understand why you're so attached to it.
It can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty, and the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of bad habits.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty, you are.
Jesus. Okay. Whiskey.
If we survive this, can we crack this open?
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You mean?
You're saying I'm not special enough?
I was joking. If we survive this, we'll drink it to the last drop.
Now you're talking.
I've already been drinking it. I pick it out of my bag and he says, "Come to daddy, darling." Hello, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis.
We're probably gonna
you
die.
weren't awake all night because of us, were ya?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team.
He didn't stutter.
What is it?
You, Lewis, you don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted. It happens sometimes.
There it is.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the Chicken Police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny, don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Marty swinging both ways now? What do we do? But yeah, apparently Lewis speaks normally when he gets
I just
tired.
realized Ibn at the Tsar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha said about him?
That he's been acting strange recently.
Exactly. Like he's not himself anymore.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well, it's how we make our living, Sonny. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us, in fact.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
So, what's the plan? We shove the letter and our theory in his face and see what happens?
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so, too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told me she loved Ibn in her own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love two rats in her own way?
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it, even to herself.
So, what do you think now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
I'm not as sure if that as you are, boss. But we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about it. There are people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Okay. Can we just go? Or are you gonna let me? What the last place doing? The Wessler Residency, a fancy mansion somewhere at the end of the world. You just have to own one if you are a billionaire gangster, eh? Ah! But... Albert is Ibn Wessler himself. The madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up loose ends. If we don't catch him now, maybe it'll be too late. Alright. we go. I can do other stuff, but I kind of just want to see how it ends. If this wasn't like 99.999% certain to be the end, then I probably would have stopped it here, but let's see it through.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Here I am, Natasha.
Color.
I hope you're waiting for me.
That's it? Okay. This whole giant thing for just that.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monsters.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
A rat knight. Look at him.
Huh, one of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well,
Do you
anyone who
think
builds
he's
a tower this
compensating
big
for
must
something?
be trying to compensate for something.
Ah,
Or
they
he
said
just
it!
has too much dough.
They did the fucking Shrek compensating joke. Oh, holy shit.
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Is this a mansion? Or a grand palace?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
He gets to roll 2 dice and take the higher roll. Okay. Oh no, it's them.
Not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. We didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest fans.
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I
These
don't
links.
recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Is that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
So they're just gonna let us go in there? Oh, it's so weird seeing the color now after all this time. Like, look at that.
This must lead to Wessler and
my
Natasha's
God.
suite.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Oh, Monica's or Olivia. Monica's the hummingbird at the police station. You dig the music in this place? I think it's played somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but it's familiar to me. Might even have been in like Sonny's office.
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is.
Hi, Olivia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin.
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
Oh, okay. Okay.
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I don't think
I'm
that's
sure
it.
Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
Yeah, that's so this is the first time on stream that you actually see me talking to Natasha, because initially meeting her at the nightclub, I didn't stream that, so she's kind of taken this long for us to talk to her again.
This
Architecture.
place is incredible, but it kind of gives me the creeps.
Because you know what lies behind the beauty.
With Natasha, too?
I haven't decided yet.
Stairs. Okay.
You know, I had a dream before we came here. I saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and red claws.
And? What does that tell you?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
I'm just angry. Truth is, I'm not entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Savas.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
Please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
It sure was.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes,
Coffee.
dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
So stairs? Stairs? Hello. Yeah, he's just going by Wessler now, because
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
oh, one of those. Farewell from fowls. Okay.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree.
Fine brandy.
Would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
More like pathetic. No.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Anything else? Pricey bed.
Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Picking up the bottle
is
would lift
better than a
spirits.
cell.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right,
Yes,
Marty.
Mar. It
I'm
would.
not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that.
I missed that entire thing because I was acknowledging Smart's joke in the chat. The painting. Oh, the corner! The corner's gone!
This painting.
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not
Giggity?
surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Really. It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough! Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
Put the corner back? No?
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
A few days. Wasn't that all
That's
like
true.
one night?
I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah. So let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
New function. Ask. Natasha. Tried to send us away from the Wessler estate, but why? Was she worried about us, or did she have a different motive? Olivia tried to shoo us out of the Wessler mansion. Strange, but she seemed quite worried about our lives. We still don't know who this is. Albert Wessler. He's a dangerous lunatic.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler, what Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
Maybe.
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request. Is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Eh, I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
Yeah.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
The music
What the
line.
hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Questioning. Oh. Yep, that's some...
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
We're gonna do the questioning with the gun? Oh, gosh.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
I didn't see if that was a plus or a minus, but I think it was a minus. Doesn't know who he really is.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny.
So they have gas chambers.
You and your friend will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, Detective.
I don't know if this is the right choice, but I'm curious about this answer.
What made you think you could deceive Natasha?
Because Natasha loved Ibn, in her own unique way. Yeah, and if there's anything that can blind an animal, it's love and hate. Everything revolves around these two things, Mr. Featherland.
Is everything black and white to you?
No. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything's gray in this world. Only two things have color.
Love and hate.
I see you understand now, Sonny. Yeah, we're not that different, you and I.
Albert, you're everything I'm not. And I'm everything you're not, believe me.
Yeah, if that makes it easier for you, Detective.
Plus 10, okay. That wasn't as specific an answer I was hoping for.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just
Oh, his hand
fools.
is trembling. Oh shit.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
What did you do that made Ibn get what?
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never hurt a fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert
this
hated
doesn't fit the
himself the
description,
most
I
ever
don't know
since
what
he was
this-
born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I
Wessler.
use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm
Wessler.
very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
I feel like I lost points on the detective meter, but it seemed like we were okay. Oh. Dig a little deeper. Okay, so this seems like going too hard. So we're gonna do the Natasha thing.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take
Is he
Ibn's
seizing?
place, Mr. Featherland.
I think he's seizing up.
I became one
He's like
with him.
blinking
Can't
a lot.
you see?
His head is
It's
twitching.
the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Okay, 4-star. I got an achievement called Sherlock Holmes. Finished the game with 0 failed questionings. Apparently you can fail those. I got a 3-star once, but most of mine have been 4 stars. And then earlier we got a 5-star, so that was cool. Oh, another achievement called Projectionist. Are we done? Is this it? Natasha.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead.
Marty, where were you with your
But
guns?
believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Oh, Monica, you fucking
Hey, boys.
snitch!
What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry,
What? I
we
thought it
don't
was
wanna hear
stripes.
that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
Okay, I just got like... I've got like 3 achievements. Hold on. So projectionists get all the cutscenes of the game. Dame of the Loaded Gun get to the point where Natasha kills Albert Wessler. Okay. I thought I got something else. Maybe it was complete chapter 4. Okay. So we're Tim. So we're technically done with the game, but according to achievements, but we're still playing the game. Natasha saves our lives at the last minute once Albert had revealed everything. So there we go. That's it. But is it really over? Question mark? Surprised in the end she was the one who pulled the trigger and saved us, but of course if it wasn't for her we wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place. Blood boil. Old Man Small, hairy heart softened in the end, and all it took was the downfall of the gangster empire. Monica knew what we were up to and informed the boys just in time. If not for her, Wessler's Scoons would have most likely hurt most of the bullets. Who is this? Honestly believes he and him are one and the same too. See her from, but it was too late. Touch and feel something in the moment. Okay. I can't leave.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Cluck off, Tim.
Hey!
I can't leave.
Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's hers.
Yeah, amazing.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler, can still dream something so beautiful to surround himself with.
Or it's the cordyceps fungus. Oh, hi, Philmar.
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So?
What?
Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations and it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Bosco.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employer's dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you
Or
didn't.
you're the employer
Can I
now.
do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this, rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
He talked
Yeah,
before.
or something like that.
Amazing.
Blood boil
What?
again.
Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, I'm waiting
no,
for the
sir.
game to let me.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
The game won't let me leave.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, Those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
So, here they are, ladies and
here we
gentlemen.
go.
The Chicken Police, in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim, drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Following animal species were not included in this game? Oh god. It's just what we're doing. Among many others. Okay, they're mostly because during the development of the game, all these species had been declared extinct according to the lowest possible scientific estimates. Oh shit. 1,000 times higher than the natural extinction rate. Oh.
My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us an hour.
So.
Need to feel I'm gonna feel it.
I don't know, using like something like Chinatown as a parallel, that ending was too happy for a noir story, I think. And it was also pretty, it like handled a little, like resolved a little too easily.
I'm tired of being sane.
I mean, I kind of get the significance of Natasha solving the problem in the end, but I don't know, that just rubbed me the wrong way. I was expecting something a little sadder, or maybe a lot sadder, because noir. But,
the moon is falling, I hear you calling, my city is on fire.
And I was also hoping for some resolution with the whole color issue, because there were references to, like, everyone seeing a lack of color. Like, this was a place that had a lot of color before, and the color's going away, and what's happening to it. And they didn't really touch on that.
I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane.
Special thanks to Hayao Miyazaki. Interesting. For all our dreams and nightmares. What does he have to do with anything?
It's dead.
Maybe like The Cat Returns or something? Could still be a post-credit sequence. Maybe, but I feel like it's not going to be enough to be continued ... question mark.
Natasha?
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Five 223. Who's that? Whatever happens, happens. Spike Spiegel. What the hell? Okay, so I don't have the option to continue. And then that save is from like 15 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that ending. That ending rubbed me the wrong way. I liked the story threads, like the twists and turns and everything. The twin brother replacement and all that was fine. But just like the gun, just the quick kill and then that was the end of it. Just, I don't know. I was expecting at least one of the chicken police to die. But if they're trying to do sequels and stuff, if you call it in a new game or something, maybe, but I don't really, I've kind of already gone like an hour longer than I wanted to. I'd like to think I can remember the number. It shouldn't be that hard because first part of all of it is 555. And I think I can watch this. I think I can watch the cutscene again. What? I got an achievement for all of the. Okay. Farewell, Natasha. Yeah, I could just watch that again to get the number. I could maybe do that some other time. But yeah, I was really into it up until like the very end. But I guess if they're trying to do like more games and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. And then the painted red subtitle, like, I feel like it wasn't emphasized enough for it to, like, merit being the subtitle of the game. And then, like, since they didn't touch on color and stuff, and there wasn't a whole lot of red used later in the game as, like, a resolution for that, I don't know. Definitely a final secret. Yeah, I'll maybe touch on it another time, but like if I loaded the game, I would just be at the Wessler residency, and that wouldn't help us, so. but that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna call it a night. But thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night yourselves.